As newbie RVers, one thing we did not expect is stress. Stress that can affect your relationship.
Yep.
Let's talk about some. Hello, my name is Alan.
And I'm Rose.
And welcome to RV Field Trip. We would love to share our journey, experiences, tips and tricks, and yes, mistakes that we'll make along the way. But first and foremost, have fun along the way. So if you would, like, subscribe, and give the video a thumbs up if at any point you liked it. Thank you. One of the reasons a lot of us purchase new RVs is to build on our relationships. When we first started RVing as newbies, there were a couple stress points that we did not know about, and we wanted to take a minute just to share them with you. Hopefully this can help a lot of you newbies along the way and show you what we've been through. I want to start off with the stress part of it because it really does affect the relationship.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, stress leads to argument. And that's what we're trying to avoid, and that's what we're learning to avoid. Now, when we all buy a new RV or a travel trailer or whatever it is that you're having, there's a lot of new things that you've probably never have done before. And if you haven't done it, you haven't done it for years. You know, I'm talking like backing in a travel trailer or a trailer or an RV. Going into a park and there's a bunch of people there where they all let everybody in almost at the same time. You're trying to get to your site, and all of a sudden there's 5 guys behind you. You're feeling very stressed on doing that. So those are the kind of triggers we want to talk about. As far as when you're first going into your RV site, if you do have a lot of people behind you and you don't feel comfortable, just make another circle around, let all of them go first, and then back it up.
Yep. Or find the drive-through ones where you just park in the center, no stress.
Those are not readily available all the time, though.
No.
But
no, they're not, but still.
Yep. No, you're right.
Check first.
Check first. If that makes you feel more comfortable, then do it. Another thing is the setup. This is something I've never done. I had never set up RV before. So I did look at a lot of YouTube videos. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Just to see the way people did different things. But we all know the best way to learn is hands-on. And when it's hands-on, it's always a little bit different. But don't be nervous about it. Don't let it stress you out. You have a lot of campgrounds where you're parked right next to your neighbor and they're just sitting there, watch what you doing, you know? And it just freaks you out. You're trying to do everything the best you can, but just learn to take your time and do it right. Another thing is when you're backing into your campsite, I normally am the one backing it in. Sometimes Rose does, but most of the time it's me backing it in. But Rose is behind the trailer, looking at both sides, making sure I'm not going to hit branches, making sure I'm not going to hit a tree or a bench or the water line or whatever it may be. But you do run across where people will come along and really almost try to take over. You know, they're the nicest people in the world. But remember now, Rose is behind there. She's in charge of all that. All I'm doing is driving, listening to her say, make a left, make a right, make a left a little bit more, right a little bit more. She's out there in front of the audience, you know, trying to get us into this spot correctly without damaging anything. And in my opinion, I believe that's more stressful than the backing in part of it. Because it's just as much her trailer, her RV, her travel trailer as it is mine.
Yeah.
You know, and you care and worry about it just as much as I do. And being outside, you have so much more stuff that you have to be aware of and trying to communicate with me or me with you as we're backing in. So my advice is that if you're backing in your travel trailer and somebody comes along, just go up to them very nicely and say, one of the things we do, right, Rose knows exactly the way I want it. She's going to back me into this. And thank you for stopping by, and I will come see you as soon as I'm finished setting it up.
True.
You know, that way Rose doesn't have to deal with the stress of dealing with the person or anything else, because that, to me, as a newbie, when we first started out, was one of the biggest stress points we had. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, we did get into one disagreement. Wasn't an argument. It was one disagreement to where Rose is telling me to go left, and I'm getting out of the truck going out there, and she's feeling that she's not doing it right. Well, it was furthest from the truth. It's just me being impatient or not trusting enough, which is hard to believe, but, you know, sorry. As newbies, hooking up to the gray tank, even hooking up to the water can be a little stressful, especially, again, if somebody's watching you. This all seems to have a theme of people watching you. I mean, if you're by yourself, you really don't care. You're taking your time. You're just doing it. You know, you walk into the house, I got it all set up, darling, you know. And it's like, I'm so proud of you. You know, but a lot of times, and we have found that a lot of times there are other people around. And please don't take this that we don't want other people around. We do. That's one of the reasons why we started RVing, was to meet new people. And so far, you guys are absolutely the best.
Yeah, RV people are great.
They are. Love the conversation. Love the open-mindedness of you all. You know, easy people to make friends with, aren't they?
Yeah, and the people we've talked to, the places that they've gone, they've seen the little lady that traveled, 6 months across the United States with her grandson and all.
Oh, yeah, I remember her. That was forgetting, was that Fort DeSoto, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
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 Nice lady.
Yeah.
But we've met a lot of people like that on the road. So please don't take it the wrong way. This is about the stress and how we deal with it. We don't want this to turn into an argument, is what we're trying to say. Arguments in an RV is quite not like it is at home. On a campsite where your neighbor is 5 foot away and these walls are thin, well, they can hear everything you're saying. You know, you come out, we find out who's the winner. If I walk out the door and they're all clamping, it was me. That hasn't happened yet. You know, there are a lot of trigger points out there. What we would like it if you guys wrote in the descriptions down below, tell us what you guys have found stressful and have led to an argument. Please don't have an argument for having this conversation. But please leave the comment down below and let us know what your stress points were when you were a newbie. Or if you are a newbie, what you're stressing about now. One thing to keep in mind is don't push each other's buttons. That is something you have to be aware of, especially when you are at your campsite. Because again, your neighbors are just feet away. You don't want to have an argument for something as little as pushing buttons. Make sure you have your own spaces. Now, Rose, since we got not the other bedroom, a bedroom. A bedroom.
Yeah.
Little joke, first video. Now that we have a bedroom, Rose likes to go in there. If I'm annoying her or whatever it may be, or she just feels like being alone, she'll go in the bedroom. Me, I just like to go outside, take a quick little walk. You know, as soon as I get Rose to finally admit she was wrong.
Give you some Reese's and shut you outside. You be fine.
Love the Reese's and milk.
Reese's.
Argument's over.
I'm in heaven.
Oh, yes, sir. Here's one I like. Never go to bed angry. Who said that? Don't go to bed angry. If you have to go to bed angry, just let the other person know you love them. So just find your own inner sanctum.
Yeah, because majority of the time, tomorrow, the conversation, the being upset with each other is not as bad as you thought it was.
Me personally, I have to share this. The tapping of the foot. I cannot stand the tapping on the foot. That is my trigger. And you know what? This is how I see it. Yeah. See what I'm saying? That's the way it looks. I know I'm in the right when I see that.
Well, you know, that's not quite the way I see it. My thing is talking. He likes to talk. Sometimes he talks.
What are you talking about? I don't talk all the time. The thing is, I'm trying to solve the problem right now. And all you do is, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to.
See, that's how we solve that problem. I hope you liked the video. Until next time, thank you.
Road! Road!